The other day, I made $20,000 with one single trade, and the guidelines I used were actually quite simple. Number one being market structure, which I teach here on this channel, and number two being a simple scale and strategy to make sure my upside is as high as possible while guaranteeing myself the best entries. So what we're going to do today, we're going to dive into the charts and I'll break down the exact trade I took to make $20,000. I will see you guys on the charts. So today we're looking at the ticker Fox. This was actually a coin my friend brought to my attention. So this was priced at the time he showed me this project, and I am using replay tool here just to give you guys a breakdown of what was going on through my head and what exactly I looked for in this trade. So the first thing I wanted to identify is what range we are in. This will always give me the framework to how I want to enter the trade, whether or not if I actually want to enter the trade. As you can see, the range we're currently in being from this low to this high, we are in a bullish range. And understanding price is right here at the moment. There are only two things price can actually do. Either we mark up and run this high, or we mark down and run the low. So I already understand there's a 50-50 chance price will go in my desired direction, which is in the direction of buys. And understanding the context of the market, at the time ETH was on a pullback and we were overall looking pretty bullish, I definitely wanted to secure an entry in this position here. So when price is at a standstill here and we understand we want to get involved, there are a few ways to actually scale in and deploy your capital. One approach is to go gung-ho here and hope price doesn't come any lower. So this way, if price does go up from this point, you have exposed all of your capital to see price go up and appreciate the gains. Option number two is we wait for price to come down to a desired area or a point of interest. This case being this level of demand here. I understood there was a chance that we might come down to these levels before going higher. So at this point in time, I decided I wanted to wait it out. I generally wanted to get involved here to get the best entries possible, but I noticed price had rejected to run this wick here. And as soon as I saw this candle here, that is when I decided to put my first bit of capital in this position. So I had about $4,500 worth of capital at the moment, and I definitely wanted to make sure I got involved here in case price did want to do this. So the first thing I did when I saw this candle here was that I went ahead and deployed $3,000 of the $4,500 I was willing to risk on this position, and hoping price would maybe come down here so I could deploy the rest of the $1,500. Obviously, as we see here, price had another candle to the upside here, and at this point I knew that we were most likely headed up. So I went ahead and deployed the last bit of capital here, understanding that the odds of us getting down here were getting lower and lower. So with this method of scaling in, I was able to expose myself as much as possible while minimizing downside if price did want to come down here and I wanted to secure more positions. And now that we have deployed all of our capital and our position is secured, now we want to understand how we actually want to take profit on this trade. And I'll go ahead and attach the screenshots of the Fox I acquired just so you guys can see. But anyway, at this point now my job was to decide where do I want to take profit on this position. So my first main area of interest was this imbalance here between this supply and this area here. So I definitely understood that these levels here was a very important area to take profit in case price wanted to stall out or reject. And the rest of my targets being at all-time highs and above, with the case of this coin going absolutely crazy. But anyways, let's play out the chart to see how price reacted. So we can see here, of course, we're within this range and price had a little bit of a pullback here, so I understand everything is still going as planned. And then this is where the volume comes in, and then boom, we tap this area perfectly. And at the time price hit these areas, my position was worth about $20,000. So of course I could have withdrew everything, but I'd be limiting my upside if price wanted to go parabolic. So I definitely wanted to manage my risk as such. I went ahead and trimmed less than half of my position here for a net profit of about $8,000. So not only did I break even on this position, removing all of my risk, but I was actually able to profit another $4,000, which is honestly super great because as you guys know, I'm out here in Thailand and that $4,000 gets me very far. As you guys know, I like to keep most of my capital in crypto. So even an $8,000 payout is actually very big for me. And I won't shy away from the fact that yes, I do live off my trading income and I do have other ways to make money. And I want to be transparent about the fact that an $8,000 payout takes me a very long way. Of course, as you guys know, I like to keep most of my capital tied up in crypto. so that way I'm exposed to as much upside as possible. So the way I fund my life out here in Thailand is not only through trading, but through remote work as well. And if you're looking to get into trading or maybe have a long-term investing plan, I absolutely recommend you guys secure a main source of income, so that way you guys can always have capital to deploy at all times, whether that be for better entries on your investments or just to fund and compound your trading account over time. And of course, with most of these traders you guys see online, the truth is they do not make money from trading. They make money from the courses they sell. And I want to be transparent. Yes, I do have a main income driver at the moment, as well as my trading. And this puts me in a very powerful position where I can have income at all times and secure better entries in my trading and investing plans. Great. So now that we have secured our profits, at this point, there's only a few things price can do. Either we're going to continue higher and hit those higher targets, or we're going to go ahead and pull back and maybe do something like that. Or this thing will go to zero, but it's no big deal because I broke even and I took some profits. So pretty much at this point, I really don't care what happens, but let's go ahead and see how price reacted. Okay, now we're live. So now if we want to take this further, we can identify our ranges again. Currently, price is within the range of this low and this high. So right now we are in a bullish structure within another bullish structure. Generally, this is a good sign, so I still have hopes of this trade continuing higher. And with price being right here, again, it's the same thing. Price can really only do two things. Trading is a game of probability, and I use this to my advantage. Price will either continue to run these highs or come down to these lows, maybe tap this area and continue, creating a bigger ABC correction. But like I said, either way, I'm really not worried about this position. I was able to make a total of $8,000 from a $4,000 investment. And the way I was able to do that was the fact that the position was worth $20,000 up here. So I trimmed my profits down and I'm willing to let the rest ride out. So just to give you guys a quick recap and how you can apply this to your trading is, number one, we want to identify our range. So in this case, we're from this low to this high. And essentially at this point you have price trapped, and it is only a matter of math and probability. And luckily at the time price was right here, which was at a perfect point for me to start scaling in. Maybe price is up here when you're looking at this kind of schematic, and this is when I heavily recommend having a plan to scale in. So for example, if price is right here, you definitely want to maybe secure an entry or two in case there's just a quick pullback and a run to liquidity, or maybe the fact that price can come down, fill some more gaps in here. And of course, you're going to want to have some gunpowder available as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Today's a rest day, so we're not going to the gym today, so it should be a pretty relaxing day. In fact, I'm going to run some errands in a little bit, go out into the city. But just going off of what I was saying in the breakdown was the fact that I was able to withdraw an $8,000 profit from the $20K I made on the trade. That definitely puts me in ease of mind. It puts me ahead. If anything, it gives me more gunpowder to deploy to Bitcoin Cash or maybe some other projects that I might want to invest in for the long term. But all in all, very happy with the trade. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.